The story begins with the announcement by government that Professor Ransford Gyampo from Solpon has been appointed as the CEO of the Shippers Authority. I congratulate Professor Gyampo. University of Ghana is here. Professor Ransford Gyampo is here. Another professor is here. It's not represented with anyone. Just there. Don't worry, there's no one. Another professor is here and a student. Okay. Now, the human resource of the nation is developed from class 0 to class 1 to class 2 to class 3. We are all developing our human resource. After secondary school, we are allowed to branch out because you have basic education. You can go and start being a businessman. You can go and start being a carpenter. You can go and start being a plumber. You can do all that. Some will continue secondary school. After secondary school, some are allowed to branch out. You can join the police. You can join the armed forces. You can join the Navy. Then some go to university. This is the human resource of the country, okay? And then some become professors like Ransford Gyampo. Now, we all go through the human resource development channel and then spread out to go and do other things. That then will impact on the nation. And that is why in 2020, Ghana's GDP was 4 billion when Kufuor took over. In 2008, after Kufuor was leaving, Ghana's GDP was 16 billion. Kufuor had grown the GDP times 4 in 8 years. By today, the GDP is 62 billion. Because the people who have been coming out of those training institutions are moving out and adding up and adding up and adding up and adding up. So all of us who are working in media now, those of us came to work in media in the late 90s, we came to add based on coming from the education that we had been given. And so we added, some of us have opened up a new channel. So I started Good Evening Ghana, I wasn't there. And the time they were doing talking points, I was small, but I came through the educational system. Then I got some skill. I was allowed to branch out, and then Good Evening Ghana came. Another person came and introduced something. So if you look at the media landscape 20 years ago, and you look at the media landscape now, you see that more young people have added. That's the whole point. Adding. Some of us, like Professor Gyampo, go to the training institutions to go and be there to be training the young ones. I think their role is the most critical in terms of the future sustainability of a country. For sustainability of a country, the people who are focused on research, like Professor Gyampo, are the most important. Because they have to come and tell all of us that your way you are going, it won't work. Singapore went that way, it didn't work. Because he has time. He's sitting in his lecture hall and his office, and he's reading about Singapore's economy. He's reading about Ivory Coast elections. He's reading about Senegal this. He's reading about American that. Tomorrow he's traveled to a conference in America. He's hearing some Guatemala professor talk about this. All of that Ransford Gyampo is getting is the reason why we give him a bungalow at the University of Ghana for him to stay there. The reason why we pay him. Now, what Ransford Gyampo is doing is important for the development of the nation. I dare say that is more important than some of the other things. Many things are important, but some are more. I mean, the training institutions is the most important. If you go to institutions like the military and the police, the training institution is the most important. The Ghana Military Academy, they call it GAFC, the Ghana Armed Forces Training Schools. It's one of the most important institutions to the military because that's where the future is. The future of the Ghana Armed Forces is at GAFC. The future of the Ghana Police is at the Police Depot Training School. The future of Ghana is at the university, where they are going to churn out the highest quality of brains. Now, if as a country we don't focus on that university, and we don't see that we have to put resources in that university, the difference between America and Ghana is the amount of resources that America will channel directly to its universities for the purpose of research. So why don't we as a country, President Akufo-Addo, President Mahama, President Mills, President Kufuor, President Rawlings, why can't we have a situation where we look at the economic situation in Ghana as they do in every country? No university makes money like that. Some do, but many don't. So the country looks at it. Why can't we decide that Ghana Shippers Authority will pay to political science department every year 60 million cedis for research for political science? The president of Ghana, who controls the purse in Ghana, all of which goes to the consolidated fund, all of that is controlled by the president of Ghana. The president of Ghana should be able to say that, look, political science, I'm giving you 50 million cedis every year. With that 50 million, I want every lecturer there to have a PhD. Pay for it. With that 50 million, I want lecturers to write an article, a development article once a month. So Ransford Gyampo teaches Poly 204 or he teaches international politics. He's expected to write an article every month about the latest in international politics and feed it to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, to Sami Okujeto Ablakwa. That's what we, if we're a serious country, that's what we should do. So Ransford Gyampo says political science. He knows that every year, 50 million will come from Shippers Council to political science. 50 million will come from Volta River Authority, VRA, to KVAS. 50 million will come from, Tamayo Refinery to KNUST, the engineering school. In fact, KNUST come from GMPC. Every year, the president of Ghana should levy GMPC, the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, 100 million cedis to be given to KNUST for the purpose of research. Shippers Authority, they should be made to pay 50 million to the University of Ghana to be shared among Dr. Lloyd Amoe's department, Asian. Look at Lloyd Amoe's department. It is so important. It is so important. We don't pay any money there. Today, America is talking with China and they are fighting on tariffs. Lloyd Amoe's department should be able to develop a paper and tomorrow morning hand it over to President Mahama. Come back the next day to meet President Mahama and his team for Lloyd Amoe and the dons of Legon who are doing Asian studies to tell the government that, look, this trade thing Trump is talking about with America, this is where Ghana should position itself. Lloyd Amoe has all the information in his head. He's sitting at the University of Ghana. Nobody calls him. And no president is channeling money to the University of Ghana. So you are going to have Ransford Gyampo depart from the University of Ghana and go to Shippers Authority. I think Ransford Gyampo must go to Shippers Authority. But if Ransford Gyampo wins Shippers Authority as chairman of the board, so that he can keep his chair at the University of Ghana, continue to teach at the University of Ghana, chair Shippers Authority, connects industry with academia. It's important that we must have to start having these professors in so they can understand what has to happen. Because sometimes the university is too aloof on the ivory tower. They don't get into industry. So it's a beautiful thing. And I congratulate President Mahama for that, thinking about bringing professors in. But this is the catch. So Ransford Gyampo should be able to have one leg at Shippers Council, another leg at the University of Ghana. Or the Shippers Authority should be made by the president to pay money to political science. Get me back that one. Now let me tell you what's going to happen, viewers, if we don't check this. If we don't check this, what's going to happen? Another professor is here. Have you seen him? So Ransford Gyampo is going to Shippers Council. Tomorrow he will go. He's on secondment. He's not left the university, he's on secondment. So he still will live at the university place. He will have a new car, a Land Cruiser. That's what the CEOs get, Land Cruiser. He will get a Land Cruiser. He'll be wheeling around the school. Ransford Gyampo is very stylish, you know. So you will feel it. You will feel the Land Cruiser. The other professor here is looking at Ransford Gyampo's Land Cruiser. And he has heard me talking here. He calls me and says, Paul, how are you? We're all in the political science together. Ransford Gyampo was 1 year behind me. He was 1 year ahead of me. We're all together. We're all there. We're all Michael Quay's boys. We're all there. So that's how far I know Ransford Gyampo. And then he tells me that, I was watching you on TV the other day. Chala Fenyomakin did well, oh. But you know, I can develop a paper for him. The point that he was making about VRA, he didn't quite get it right. I can develop a paper for him and then I can break it down into several pieces. So I said, oh yeah, why not? Develop a paper. So I called leader. I said, leader, Charlie's from my professor guy. He says he has filler for you, pal. He said, well, let him bring it. We go to leader's office. He show it to him. He says, oh, Charlie, this guy is good. Leader carries it over. He goes into his meetings. He shows it. He says, who is that? He says, Charlie, some professor at Legon Gate. Charlie, the guy is good, pa. Is he with us? So he said, professor. But I said, no, bring him. I'm telling you the conversations that happen in opposition. He takes it to Muhammadu Bawumia. Bawumia is a scholar already. He sees a professor. Oh, Charlie, this is good. Professor, they are happy. Then he starts writing the ills of John Mahama's government. Then the people in the MPP, we get Joy FM to call him. So Joy FM starts calling him, Professor Bwedi Boatin from University of Ghana. Yes, Professor, hi. Kojo Yankson, you know how his voice is smooth. This is a Prof is here. Prof, what's happening? Oh, this is devastating. The economy is in shambles. I don't know why President Mahama is doing that. You know, because here at the University of Ghana, that's when they are calling them fake neutrals. So he says that. And the effect of what he says, whilst they are true, is that the image of the opposition leader, Muhammadu Bawumia, is rising, and the image of the government is going down. At the end of the day, everything done. He calls me, Paul. I say, yes, sir. He said, hey, congratulations, MPP won. I say, good. He said, Charlie, you have to tell leader. I say, I call leader, he doesn't pick. I go, no when the victory comes, people don't pick their phone. I call him, he doesn't pick. I go to his house. I say, I need to talk to you. He say, why? I say, Charlie, that's our professor. He say, what does he want? Yesterday I was with the old man. I said, cocoa board. He said, cocoa board is gone. I said, which one? Charlie, we have to give the guy something. The guy helped us. Pow. He said, let's go back to the old man. Let's go and try and change the cocoa board for him. That's what happens. That's what is happening right now. Me, I'm inside. I know. I can share with. That's what happens. So we go back to the old man and say, Chief, Charlie, you know the professor, your friend. He said, yeah, where is he? Charlie, the guy, he has some analysis about cocoa futures. I said, oh, really? The guy is very good. We think he can run cocoa board. I said, okay, go and get him. I call Prof. I say, Prof, it's done. He said, yeah, Charlie, come for your letter. Why is he looking for a letter? Because Ransford Gyampo brought the Land Cruiser from Shippers Authority. Why can't Shippers Authority's money and Cocoa Board's money be directed to the University of Ghana so that our distinguished professors, those who have set out themselves to be professors, Ransford Gyampo wants to be a university teacher. I know him. That's what he wants. He doesn't want anything, but he wants to survive. He doesn't want to be a pauper as a university teacher. And he's brilliant. He is. So that's the guy wants to be a university teacher. Let him be a university teacher. Facilitate it. As a society, we have to be serious. It may not happen in President Mahama's term, but the young people must start discussing it. And those of us who talk about constitutional amendment, let's find out whether we can do it. Now, here is the young lady. The young lady is here. This young lady who has entered the University of Ghana, she came from Holy Child. She got 9 A's, as all the Holy Child people usually get, isn't it? They're going to kill me, don't worry. Only Holy Child gets 9 A's, other people don't get. So, she got 9 A's from Holy Child, yeah? She comes to University of Ghana. I can assure you, viewers, and it's very sad. Her ambition is 2 things. Either to be a TikToker or to win beauty pageants. She's not interested in MPhil research. She's not interested in PhD research. She doesn't care about it. It's useless to her. But this is a brilliant girl who's gotten 8 A's. Should we let her into TikTok at this age? TikTok is great. But at this age, should we let her into TikTok? Or should we develop her fine brain so that she can become an MPhil researcher for Professor Gyampo? Why? Because Professor Gyampo's office is receiving 3 million of the 50 million every year it comes. And Professor Gyampo can speak freely because no president can come and change it. If you're a president and during the campaign, say you are John Mahama or Akufo-Addo, and during the campaign, Ransford Gyampo said that you won't win and you're a bad president and you win, and then you come and cancel the grant, you can't. The law should fix it that no president can change it so that the academic person is free to think. Those who have elected to think for us, that's Ransford Gyampo, the professors, they have elected to think for us. So today, we are in search of thinking for constitutional amendment. President Mahama must go and call Kwesi Prempeh and set up a committee. It's wrong. It doesn't happen in any serious society. President Mahama would have called political science and law, faculty of law, faculty of political science, bring us advice on constitutional amendment, send it to the speaker. That's it. Because every year we are paying faculty of law 60 million from VRA. We are paying political science 60 million cedis from Shippers Authority. We must get serious in this country. Otherwise, we are not going anywhere. So you see the phenomenon of Ransford Gyampo will continue and continue and continue and continue. Why are we doing that to ourselves? Let's get serious about academia. It is so important. Let's get serious about research. Let's have people who are thinking. The difference between us and America is that they are thinking and they place a premium on their thinkers. We don't place a premium on our thinkers. We place a premium elsewhere. Let's place the premium on our foremost thinkers. Let's not start drawing our professors from the university to Shippers Authority. They'll be going to VRA, tomorrow Cocoa Board. We are finished as a country. We are done. We are finished.